Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil anbiya amma ba'd. So first of all, we talk about what is learning. That you have learned in maybe educational psychology, in pedagogy, you've learned them in your distant learning. Learning is any activity at all that positively or negatively changes the experience and behavior of somebody. Robert Woodward in 1945, he said that any activity that positively or negatively develops the individual and makes the behavior and experience of that individual different from what that would otherwise have been. Once you just change the behavior or the experience, then that activity is what we call learning. So if you're going to teach somebody and let the person learn, it might not be only restricting yourself to the classroom and then take a pen, write something on the board, let the person repeat, copy, and what. That may not be the only way of what learn, but anything at all that you are able to take the child through or the person through, and then the understanding, the experience of the person changes, and the behavior of the person changes, then that is what we call learning. So A and D will say that it is the acquisition, comprehension, retention, retrieval, recognition, utilization of, number one, knowledge. Number two, attitude. Number three, habits and skills. So if you are to teach your child or anybody at all, you should be thinking of what. And the definition of Islam is more detailed than these things. If you look at all these definitions, maybe we talk about the behavior, but Islam goes beyond the behavior to give you that responsibility to ensure that the behavior is also correct. So you upgrade the behavior to a beneficial one. You upgrade the behavior to a beneficial one. We want to look at the Quran, certain key principles in the Quran concerning learning, so that you ensure that whatever you are going to do, you have to apply. Why do we want to do this one? Because Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in Quran chapter 17 verse 84, Allah Azza wa Jal says that each and every one of us is living our life on a particular natural disposition, and it is only Allah Azza wa Jal who knows best, the one who is best guided among you. You have your natural disposition, and that is a factor when Allah Azza wa Jal is going to what? Hold you responsible on the day of judgment. That particular factor of natural disposition will be taken into consideration and multiplied by all that you've done. So you might see somebody not to be performing, but on the day of the, Allah knows the fitrah, the natural disposition that He gave to him. That قُلْ كُلُّ يَعْمَلُ عَلَى شَاكِلَتِهِ فَرَبُّكُمْ أَعْلَمْ بِمَنْ هُوَ أَهْدَى سَبِيلًا. Say each and every one of you is progressing in his life or her life on a particular natural disposition, عَلَى شَاكِلَتِهِ, a particular natural disposition. These principles is actually to help you discover your own natural disposition, so that it is also supposed to help you discover the natural disposition of that particular child or the student you are struggling to teach. Discovery of that one and building your potentialities on this particular natural disposition, it becomes like a springboard for you to stand on and what? Jump in life. But not discovering that one and just looking at left and right and copying other people and condemning yourself, you would never get the time to be grateful to Allah Azza wa Jal, and for that matter, you can't get the increment that Allah has promised you in His favors, when He is distributing His favors. Without the favor of Allah Azza wa Jal, وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. None of you can claim of purifying your character, developing a particular character in yourself and in somebody. You can't claim of doing that one if it is not by the favor, by the blessings, وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ, by the favor and blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal, وَرَحْمَتُهُ, and then also His mercy, مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. None of you. As a teacher, whoever you are, you can't claim of being able to purify, nurture a character in yourself and then in somebody else. It becomes what? Very difficult. But then, we are to make effort to know these principles, apply it to ourselves, apply it to other people, watch your life. It is tahajjud that might become easier for you. It might be tilawa, recitation of the Quran. It might be azkar. Whatever will become easier for you in life, you should be able to know your activity log and which one of them can bring you closer to Allah Azza wa Jal, and as to how you are going to refine that one, you should be able to know. So these principles are actually geared towards helping you as a teacher to be able to equip yourself with certain basic principles in life so that you can discover your own natural disposition. Look, Allah Azza wa Jal even says that لِكُلٍّ جَعَلْنَا مِنْكُمْ شِرْعَةً وَمِنْهَاجًا, that each and every one of you, He has built for you shir'atan, He has built a law of governance that governs you, your behavior, that of your husband, your children, and the whole of your community and the whole of this particular world. That's what we call sharia. But beyond the shir'atan, he said وَمِنْهَاجًا, and then also a particular way, natural, unique to you. You know, this is the easiest way for me to attain the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And it takes effort for you to be able to discover that one. It's not an easy job. It takes, you have to struggle to know this one. You know that this is the way I will pass to achieve Rida Allah, the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Now, we go straight to these principles. I'll summarize them into 10 major principles.